Hello guys, it's your boy Mohammed Misbah. You are welcome to JS Sports. So on this platform, I deliver anything concerning sports, right from the hottest and latest news to the transfer news, some match analysis and match reactions, and so many stuff. So if you're addicted to the game like me, then journey with me as I bring you one of the latest updates in the game. But before I begin that, I would like to encourage you to like, share, and then comment so that I can notify you whenever I bring a new update. Alright, so with today's outline, I'll be briefing you on the games that will be happening within the top 5 leagues this coming weekend. I'm sure everybody is excited for the weekend that's up. So first of all, I'll begin with the EPL matches. That is the English Premier League. Alright, and today's too, the specialty is I'll be adding some predictions to the game. Alright, so if you are an investor out there, I think today is your lucky day. We will be cashing out very soon. Alright, so I'll be beginning with the English Premiership. Okay, so starting from today, I believe West Ham will face Wolves at the London Stadium. So this is going to be an interesting game because in their last 5 meetings, it has ended up evenly because West Ham is having 2 wins, Wolves is having 2 wins, and there is 1 draw between them. And then with West Ham being on 18th position, having 29 points, and Wolves being at the 20th position, having 17 points, I think this is more like a battle of relegation. So it's going to be an interesting game. And then it will give us a very intense game too. But personally, I think West Ham edges over Wolves. Though Wolves has been surprising this season. He's almost relegated. I would say he's one of the, let's say, confirmed relegated teams. But mathematically, it's still possible for him to qualify. So he will put in a fight, but I tip West Ham to win. So if you are an investor, I think this game is going to end up in a win in favor of West Ham. But there will be goal from both sides. Okay, moving on to the second game, it will be Arsenal versus Bournemouth. As we all know, Arsenal is competing for the league, which almost everybody terms it as their season because they are first and they are playing some very good football. Alright, so with their last 5 games, Arsenal has won 4, with Bournemouth winning 0 out of them and 1 draw between them. So I tip Arsenal for the straight win. Though I believe there's not going to be much goals in this game, it's going to be by a lone goal or 2. So investors, I think you could stake Arsenal a straight win because you wouldn't want to drop points for Manchester City. Alright, moving on to the next game is going to be the game against Brentford versus Everton at the Community Stadium. Jets Community Stadium, right? So in their last 5 games, it has also ended up evenly because both teams have won 2 and then there's 1 draw between them, with Brentford being at the 7th position and then Everton being at the 8th position, with both having 46 points. I'm sure it's separated by goals. I'm sure both of them will want to surpass each other. My side, I am leaning towards Everton a bit because it seems they have individual quality and they would want to finish somewhere in Europe next season. So I'll tip a win in favor of Everton, but with a slight margin. So it might be a lone goal or 2. Alright, moving up to the next game, that is the Burnley versus Brighton game. Alright, so it will be happening at the Turf Moor Park. In their last 5 games, Burnley has won just 1, with Brighton winning 3 out of them, and there is 1 draw between them. With Burnley being on the 19th position and then Brighton being on the 3rd position, I'm sure one of the objectives of Brighton is to play in Europe, being it the Conference League or the Europa League next season. And with the point margin, it's not impossible for them to finish probably at least 6th, if good enough, maybe 5th, but realistically I don't think so. I think they will be finishing, even if it's possible, it will be within the Conference League. So I'll tip a win in favor of Brighton and Hove Albion. Moving on to the next game, I believe Chelsea will be playing Manchester City, which is one of the most anticipated games that is this weekend. Okay, it will be played at the Chelsea home ground, that is Stamford Bridge. With their last 5 games, I believe Manchester City has won 4 out of it, with Chelsea winning just 1 and 0 draws. Alright, so with Manchester City being 2nd position and Chelsea being 6th, with both having 61 points and 48 points respectively, I think Manchester City will go into this game trying to snatch all the points to compete with Arsenal for this season. So I tip Manchester City probably with a win, but I would go for a double chance if I was an investor. Alright, so moving on to the next game, it will be between Crystal Palace and Newcastle, happening right at the Selhurst Park. that is Crystal Palace home ground. In their last 5 games, I believe Palace has won just one, with Newcastle winning two, and there has been two draws against within them. Alright, personally, I believe Crystal Palace is in a good form, with Palace being on 14 points, 14th position with 39 points, and Newcastle being on 12th position with 42 points. I think Newcastle, with his investment that has been made, they would really want to play in Europe, with the points gap not really being that of a margin. They will try to snatch all the points away. But like I said, Crystal Palace is in a very good form, so it's not going to be an easy match. It will be a tough game, which both sides are capable of winning. But personally, if I was an investor, I would go for any team to win, which will be double chance for each side. Any team can win. Alright, with the next game will be happening live. That will be Liverpool versus Fulham in the EPL. It will be happening live at the Anfield. That is Liverpool home ground. In their last 5 games, Liverpool has won 3 out of them, and then there is one draw between them, and Fulham having won 1 game. Okay, so personally, I wouldn't even beat around the bush. I think Liverpool is not in a good form, but they will go into this game having lost their last game and also 1 game in their Champions League. I think they will go in for a straight win. So I'll tip Liverpool for the straight win. Alright, with the next game being Manchester United versus Leeds. Manchester United is in a very good form. Having drawn their last game, I think they would like to cement their position in their European football flight next season. So I'll tip Manchester United for the straight win. Alright, going into the next game, I think it will be Nottingham Forest versus Aston Villa. So it will be happening at the City ground. In their last 5 games, Nottingham Forest has won just 1, Villa has won 3, and then there is one draw between them, with Forest being in the 16th position and Villa being in the 14th position, which I believe Villa has dropped in the form for quite some time now. So I wouldn't really go in a vote of confidence for Villa, but I'll tip him as the favorite to win this game. So it will be a double chance for Aston Villa if I was an investor. Alright, so moving on to the last game in the English Premiership, it will be between Sunderland and Tottenham at the Stadium of Light, which is the Sunderland Stadium, home grounds. Alright, so the last 5 games of Sunderland versus Tottenham has ended in favor of Tottenham. Tottenham has 4 games won and Sunderland has just 1. So moving on into this game, which Tottenham is battling for out of relegation, he's just sitting at the top of the relegation zone, having just 30 points. I think he would go into this game with a lot of confidence, trying to move a little bit further from the relegation zone. So I tip Tottenham a straight win over Sunderland, because even Sunderland started this season on a very good run, but ended up as one of the most abysmal performers. So I'll be ending today's session in the English Premiership here. So at this point, if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Just click on the button, like, share, and then comment so that I can update you with more latest info. Thank you very much, my viewers. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.